Salutations, my YouTube friends. It is your boy, Triple Mad Jack. Figured I'd debut my channel here and showcase my Trick or Treat Studios figures. More prevalently, my Michael Myers Trick or Treat Studios. They're a very good online company that sells Halloween masks, figurines, and all kinds of Halloween props. I do recommend you give them a look. So, before I start, I apologize in advance. I'm filming this on my phone, and I don't exactly have these figures displayed where they properly should be in a display case, but I had to make do with what I have with the room that I have. But I will start off first with my first figure, the Halloween one. They did. Oh! And as you can see, I'm sure many people have reviewed this by far. It is a beautiful depiction of the cover art for the very first film, which is by far one of my personal favorite. And if you look on the back, it is film reel of old Nick Castle himself as the shape. Speaking of Nick Castle, I had actually gotten this figure signed by him. Beautiful. Now, these are a display window case, and as you can see, there's a little side panel right there with the quite famous quote from Donald Pleasence himself in the film. Just absolutely amazing. And now for the figure itself. I still have these in packaging. I apologize. I may take them out in the near future. I don't know. But from what you can see, if my camera will adjust just good, is actually a really good head sculpt of the H1 mask. The eyes are detailed. Even the coveralls are, quite frankly, very nice. All the way down to his little Vietnam style size boots there. These are the accessories, of course, it comes with the infamous kitchen knife and one interchangeable hand. The first figure didn't exactly come with a whole lot, but that's okay. It is a beautifully done figure. The sculptors did very well. Sorry for the glare. I apologize in advance. Now on to Halloween 2. As you can see, again, beautiful cover artwork of the original VHS looking tape to it. I think is absolutely amazing. Halloween 2 is a very favored sequel of mine. As of course, on the back, you see Dick Warlock here. The film reel shot is great. And I must admit, too, this one came with way more accessories. Here's the side panel. I love that quote towards the end of the film. It's absolutely amazing. And all of them do come with this, by the way. So I haven't got this one signed yet. Lord willing, I can get Dick Warlock, if he's still living around, to possibly sign it. But as you can see, it comes with the jack-o'-lantern from the opening sequence. Love it. The Blood Tears head sculpt. This is the very first time another head sculpt came in one. And for the figure itself, beautifully done. Captured the H2 mask perfectly, and the coveralls are like that olive green. You can see the bullet holes. They aren't perfect. I do think maybe they should have used a darker shade of maybe red to make them come out a little bit more prevalent. Hand sculpts are way better, I think, on the H2 figure. And it does come with this accessory: hand, hammer, syringe, and a serrated knife. Also comes with a scalpel hand, which is probably the one I'd display it with, and a few other interchangeable hands. All in all, a beautifully done figure. Now I'd like to go to my Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Comes with the, of course, display art, which is very interestingly done as a TV. And it shows the pumpkin on the front. And of course, on the inside, you see the quote. Absolutely amazing. And the trick-or-treaters. Got the jack-o'-lantern mask. Of course, the skeleton. And the kid wearing the witch outfit. And of course, in this little display window right here, it comes with, if you decide to pose with them with that, the interchangeable heads of the bugs coming out, and I'm assuming hand sculpts in agony. All in all, very well done. And of course, the back, I probably should have showed you that first. Again, the night no one comes home. The VHS print. Beautifully done. Alright. Now for an underrated sequel, to be honest with you. A personal favorite of mine. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I really love that they just released these with the VHS art of it. And of course, on the back, you have the, I must admit, very underrated George P. Wilbur playing Michael Myers in this film. He played him very menacing, if I do say so myself. Wasn't a big fan of the mask in this one, but all in all, this one didn't really have a particular quote of any kind. I think this one was mostly thought up on the whim. And of course, we have the head sculpt, which I must admit, it's very good. Of course, the eye holes are darkened on this head sculpt. I do love the coveralls on this one. Not very much in terms of accessories, however, I'm afraid. It does come, of course, with the classic kitchen knife. One thing I do love, though, is their attention to detail. Michael Myers had, I don't know how well it's picking it up, burn scars on his hands. If it's picking it up very well, but I love that attention to detail on them. Trick or Treat Studios is amazing. Again, I can't recommend them enough. Alright, now I move on to a definitely lesser favorite sequel of mine. I'm not a particular fan of Halloween 5. I did want it for the collection, of course. And nothing against Don Shanks. He's a very good Michael Myers, too. I did love the art to it. And of course, film reel of him. Absolutely amazing. However, I did love this quote on the panel, because Dr. Loomis did say it. I don't know how well it's picking it up. Forgive me for the lighting, I know it's bad. I must admit, head sculpt does look good. I wasn't really a particular fan of the way the mask looked in this film, but as you can see, the eye holes are still darkened. I did love the flap, though, coming down from the end of the mask. Well, that was unique. Coveralls, they still look pretty good. Like I said, not too much in terms of accessory, just your average kitchen knife. However, I must admit, the still attention to detail on Burns still look great nonetheless. And I do love that they added more of a kind of a darker gray to Michael's coveralls in this. Still very good, I think so. Moving on to the next. Now, Halloween Curse of Michael Myers is I think it's a little bit more of a better sequel. I always told myself if I ever got a tattoo of something horror related, I did love this cover art here. It is pretty cool. The mask was a little bit better too, I think. And of course, George P. Wilbur plays him again on this one. Excellent. And the side panel with that kill. Oh, God, I'm sorry. It's very dark lighting there. Amazing. Head sculpt is great. The mask, like I said, I think it personally looked a little bit better. I liked the coveralls and this particular figure. And I love that they included the jack-o'-lantern in this one. And as you can see, the only one that did was the Halloween 2 one. So these are still very unique. Burns are a little diluted on this one. You can still tell they are there, forgive me. I do believe 3-0 did a figure of this a few years back. That one was pretty good too. In terms of accessories, I do admit this one really gives you more than you could ask for. The axe. And of course the kitchen knife again. I'm just glad they included. And of course, your set of burned interchangeable hands. Yeah, Michael was a menace in this film. I gotta admit, that's where the kills got a little bit more creative. All right. Moving on to the 20-year timeline. There's the cover art to it. All in all, not very bad. I do believe Chris Duran played Michael Myers in this film. Excellent. In terms of creativity on this one, it's okay. I wasn't really a big fan of how Michael looked in this movie. So many different masks. The eye holes were a little bit too showing of his eyes. Coveralls are nice. And this is the only figure they've made so far that actually has a bloody knife. And I'll be at the Halloween 2, of course, but not much in terms of interchangeable hands either, just a few. All in all, I'm still a fan of it. I love my entire collection. Now, oh, love it or hate it. Definitely one of the worst in the franchise, I must admit. Cover, still very good. I think Brad Lorray plays Michael Myers in this film. I do admit the mask was a little bit better. I was not a fan of Halloween Ends when a friend of mine and I went to see it in theaters. And I probably said I judged this film a little too harshly. I do kind of like this quote, though. Remember that college kid on campus said that. Mask is a bit better, I think. Michael looks a little bit more scrunched in the face in this one, but I mean, it still holds up pretty nice. I love the coveralls. More of a darker gray. There's the hands. Again, not much in terms of accessories, just a standard kitchen knife and interchangeable hands. Not bad to say the least, but... Oh, now this is a personal favorite too. Another personal favorite. You have Rob Zombie's. I love that they use the theatrical poster for this figure. And of course, the film reel part is amazing. Here is Dr. Loomis's quote. That's okay. Not as good as the original, but that's all remakes, right? I'm just kidding. Some remakes are pretty good. God, I love the detail on the cracked, rotted latex on this one. The dirty coveralls. I must admit, Trick or Treat Studios did absolutely amazing on this. And the interchangeable hands. And oh my lord, is the kitchen knife amazing for this one. Absolutely. Now moving on. Here is my Halloween 2018. Love it. I got this actually at a convention. I do love that they included that quote that Dr. Loomis said on that